Innovation for the hiking trail and more. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Ventapak, Ventapak, is CEO Mark Dingle. Hi, Mark.
Yeah, hi Fred. Great to be here.
Nice to meet you. And you have a cool, literally cool device to add some comfort to backpack wearing. Give us the overview here, what the problem is and how you're solving it.
Well, the origin story is really I was biking a lot to work in New York City, going down the Hudson River from kind of uptown down to the kind of west side, lower west side. And I really just I loved riding my bike, and it was just a great experience. The only thing that was a major detractor was how hot and sweaty my back, felt as I was riding, and then getting to work and having just a really wet, kind of soaking wet shirt. And I noticed it's not just me; just a lot of people wear, obviously backpacks, whether hiking, biking, commuting. So there's just the problem is there's air, backpacks just kind of press into your back and suffocate, trap heat, and there's not enough airflow. Even ones that have some airflow built in, like my Osprey Radiant, didn't really have as much airflow as needed. So I created this product to really solve that problem and to create a lot of airflow and make your back less sweaty and just cooler, just a better experience all around.
So, if you don't mind my asking, what kind of work were you doing, and have you abandoned that to do this, or tell us about the story here?
It's a good question. I was actually working in sort of a head of partnerships role at a company called Walters Kluwer in the Google building in New York. My background is working in sort of technology, whether consulting at Gartner or working at a lot of startups, working at American Express. But I have put a lot of effort and time and investment into trying to bring this into the world. I mean, it's not completely rational so far from a commercial standpoint, but it is, people really love it. Sales are growing, and I'm doing some consulting on the side.
So, we're taking a look at images and some video here to show people what this is like. But describe for us the process of creating this, what you kind of went through.
Yeah, so the first thing I did, Fred, was I just, again, I had this idea as I was biking that I've got to get my backpack off my back and get a lot more airflow. So I created a prototype, with like styrofoam and Velcro and just kind of a mesh that what I could put attached around, to put the Velcro around the backpack and kind of hold it off my back. And when I did that, I really noticed it was a lot better. I found and hired an industrial designer to kind of work with me on a prototype. We built something, and it had a couple different, sort of an upper and a lower piece, and it was pretty good, but it was a little bit, kind of a little bit clunky. And then I really kind of settled, really my idea to kind of settle on this more kind of a hammock. It's almost like the back of a chair, like a Herman Miller, that concept of a mesh based chair, and just kind of cradles your back more comfortably. So once I got fixed on that design, I really kind of went to refine it. I had to figure out how do you attach it to the backpack. That was a real problem to solve. And so, I did a lot of thinking about that and found some good components and buckles that would allow it to attach. The easier part was the upper part, but how do you kind of attach it to the webbing on the lower part of the backpack? So anyway, I came up with a design through different iterations. Design is always an iterative product, whether it's a hard product or software, you're always iterating. And then I finally decided, after kind of sitting on it for 2 or 3 years, just enough encouragement, including from my wife, that this is a good idea to go for it. I found a factory. I can go on. I don't want to kind of go on too much, but that's kind of how the product got started. Then I had to find a company to make it.
And attaching it to the backpack, that is critical because if you've got especially a heavier backpack, you don't want that to shift, whether you're hiking or biking, whatever you're doing. If and you don't want this ventilation device to cause this to move off center while you're using it.
That's right. You wanted to have it pretty anchored to your back and stable, and sort of reducing backpack sway, and just feeling comfortable and supported.
So we're going to take a look at a little demo here of how this works.
Great. So this is what the product looks like when you receive it. So we have these upper attachment loops right here that it kind of attach around the top straps of the backpack at the top of it. Again, see, then you have this very airy mesh. So that was a consideration. So it lets a lot of air kind of flow across your back and makes it keep quite cool. And then these vertical straps again are adjustable, so they kind of control the tension from top to bottom and how much you want, how much separation with your back. And then the bottom buckles are these kind of these buckles, dominator buckles that attach to the webbing. So the way you attach it is really quite simple. You just grab your backpack, and I should zip up the back here, zip it up a bit, and then you attach the front, the sort of the top straps by just kind of buckling here. Voila. And then for the bottom straps, you just take this buckle around the lower webbing, which is the strap that comes out of the lower part of your backpack, and you buckle that. And the same for the other side. Just got to get it in there. And then there you have it. You've got a backpack that has a lot of, a really nice kind of comfortable mesh that's going to keep your back much cooler. And there's other benefits as well. It's physical therapists, and there's ergonomic benefits too, which I can describe. That
No,
also.
tell us. I mean, obviously, this is going to keep you cooler, getting that weight off of your back, the flat surface of the backpack, and this will work with a variety of different sizes. You have
Yeah,
to
that's a great.
obviously take that into consideration.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, it really seems to work across a large variety of sizes. It's very, very rare that a backpack doesn't work with it. These lower buckles have a kind of also a buckle where you can adjust the length of the sort of the loop that comes out of it, sort of the length of which this buckle comes from the actual frame. So yeah, it seems to work very well on backpacks. And we also do have two sizes. We have a standard size that's about 14 and a half inches long, and then a small size that's a couple inches shorter than that.
And tell us about the other benefits besides keeping your back more comfortable and cool.
Um, the other major benefit is it basically takes the weight of your backpack and sort of directs it into the strongest part of your back. As a physical therapist of a leading practice in New York described to me, the co-founder of a multi-branch PT practice, it sort of takes the weight a bit off your sort of shoulders and your traps and the cervical part of your back and pushes it into the thoracic part of your back. So a lot of people have commented on whether it was a woman who was a nurse who said it allowed her to wear her back all day during COVID at a hospital as a nurse, which was wonderful. To special force operators have commented on the benefits of how it makes packs feel lighter by sort of putting that weight into your back. It's almost like it creates. I think what happens, Fred, is the straps of your backpack hit the frame first, and the frame is kind of curved out, so the weight kind of comes into the frame and it's directed by this curved frame into your back, so it just makes it feel lighter. And there's a lot of good feedback and reviews to that effect.
So you have this on the market. Tell us about pricing and availability.
The availability, it can be bought on our website. It can be bought on Amazon. Working to open up more distribution in the coming months. So that's where to buy it. And in terms of the price, it's $45.90 for the standard size and $44.90 for the small size.
And for more info, where is the place to go?
More info would be, I would say, our website or Amazon, because there's plenty of information. There's lots of reviews, especially on Amazon, about the product. We did have some quality issues a couple years ago, but we've again iterated and designed around that, and even brought in a new factory. So the quality is, I think, it's very strong, very good. And we have a 2-year warranty as well. And we just, obviously we really care about our customers being happy. We're really happy to hear from customers, and we're just trying to bring a kind of life enhancing for the daily routine, the daily commute to work or hiking or biking, a little thing that makes life a little bit better and a little cooler.
And the website is ventapak.com, Ventapak.com. Mark
Exactly.
Dingle, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me on your show, Fred. I really appreciate it.